Let's take a look at the overall economic climate. As we said, this year we asked our members, once again, what's concerning them and what's having an impact on the climate. As we know, New Jersey has a continuing concern when it comes to the high cost of living, the lack of affordability, and driving taxpayers out of the state, what we call outmigration. Outmigration is still an issue, and we'll just give you some examples of where outmigration continues to be a problem for us. We got some new numbers this year. As you all know, you're all familiar with our outmigration report. We got new numbers that are now for 14 and 15, updating all of those outmigration numbers. And unfortunately, when you add in 14 and 15, we're now over $20 billion net adjusted gross income outmigration of the state of New Jersey, which equates to $13 billion in economic output, about 87,000 jobs, and $4.6 billion in total lost labor income. Okay, so that's continuing there to be a concern. We are very, very hopeful that comprehensive tax reform in the bills that we just saw signed by the governor are going to have an impact, and we're going to see that trend turn around. We'll talk a little bit more about that. You can see on this chart here, though, remember when we were out in the field, okay, we did not have this reform yet. Do estate and inheritance taxes take effect when you're considering your business's future? Still this year, 55% said yes. Are you going to expand in New Jersey? Are you going to expand at all? I think the thing that troubles me so much is 53% aren't planning expansion. So they're going to increase jobs. They're going to take on jobs, but they're not necessarily talking about expanding their facilities. Okay, we'd like to see more expansion for sure. But what does concern us still, not expanding in New Jersey. So those that are contemplating expanding, perhaps at 34% saying, we're going to expand, but no, we're not doing it in the state of New Jersey. Okay, and 13% say they will be expanding. Continuing to keep your domicile in New Jersey as you contemplate retirement, still very high, 68%. This is consistent with last year's numbers. So again, this chart, this is only the second year we're tracking this, but we are confident here at NJBIA that the comprehensive tax reform bill that was just signed into law is going to have an impact, and we're hoping to see these numbers start changing next year. As we know, those reforms are going to be a phase-in, so it'll take a little bit of time to catch up. But we know our anecdotal information so far, our businesses are telling us that that tax reform is game changer for the state of New Jersey.